Hi, Liam here from Hydro. We had a bunch of requests from people to go over how to make um, like a custom booty to help you fit your fin swimming fin, your Najati or your Marina fin, so that to avoid blisters and to help get the size just right if people are in between sizes. Um, so this is what we're going to do today. This is a excuse the rattiness of this, but these are like 5 or 6, maybe more years old. This is like my old my old liner. As you can see, it just like covers the end of your toes and just sort of fills in all the space. These are disgraceful, so I need to replace them. And what we're actually trying to do is you're basically just trying to eliminate any kind of movement of your foot in the fin. Any kind of movement or slipping is like a loss of power and loss of traction. So you just want to eliminate all the kind of movement that we possibly can. There's a bunch of different things we can use to do this. What I'm going to show today is just a super cheap option. So this is like using using this kind of style, this sort of 300 gram, 300 ml style cartridge of silicone from like Bunnings or Mitre 10 or your local hardware store. And what you want is acetic cure silicone, normally like bathroom, kitchen and bathroom, that kind of thing. It's going to smell like vinegar, and that's basically because as the silicone cures, it gives off acetic acid, like lemon juice, vinegar kind of thing. And the key thing about this is that we can speed up the way it cures. So normally it's an atmospheric cure, so it gets moisture from the air, and it sort of cures slowly. But what we can do is we can speed that up. So we're going to use make it orange. We're going to use poster paint, which is like acrylic paint, i.e. water. Or you could use water. You could just use a couple of squirts of water as well. But the key is that we're going to mix water into the silicone to then start it curing a lot faster. Then we're basically going to put that silicone in the fin, or around our foot, and then we're going to jam our foot in the fin. So the process is going to be, first protect ourselves. So that's why I've got a glove on, just to make sure you don't get silicone on your hands. It's not super nasty, but it's just you don't want it on your skin. And then you want to protect your foot. So you could use like a polyethylene bag like this if you wanted to, or like a supermarket bag if you still have them. I'm going to use a bit of, what is this? Glad wrap, cling film, whatever you call. If you just don't want silicone on your foot. And what I'm going to do is put that on your feet. Put a sacrificial sock, just a thin, like try and make it a thin one, not like a super. Well, actually, if your fin is a lot bigger than your foot, maybe you do want to make it a big fat thick sock. But I'd be cautious and just use the thinner sock, just because you don't want to make it too tight, because you don't want to make one of these and then put it on and find out that it's actually squishing your foot and uncomfortable to wear. That's not the idea at all. So you put the sock on. Then we're going to mix up some silicone over here. We're going to mix it in with the paint or the water or whatever. Then we're going to sort of daub it on the outside of the, basically, put socks on. I'm just basically just going to like stick all the silicone all the way around and cover it in sort of globs of silicone. Then we're going to jam it in the fin. And once the foot is in the fin, then I'm basically just going to stick my leg up like this on the table with the fin in behind. Show it the other way. Basically fin on. Just gonna stick it like that so that your leg, like your foot, is at your swimming angle, and basically just sit like that for 20 minutes, something like that. So find a TV or something, or check your phone or whatever for 20 minutes, and then that should be set. And I'm going to do it twice. So that's the process. Should I make a separate video with actually doing it? I might try and speed it. I don't know how to speed it up or anything like that. I'll just do it. Alright. Ditch that. crazy. Put my foot on, left or right. Who cares? That can wait for the next one. Okay, now move this up so you can kind of see what I'm doing. How much do we need? Don't really know. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So for every like 2 or 3 sort of squeezes or big blobs of silicone, I'm going to put a little, like a droplet size of paint, and then a bit for luck. The more you put, the faster it's going to set up. And obviously we do want it to set quite quickly. And we're going to mix it all in. There you go, you can mix it with a stick or something. I've got a knife here. Make sure you're in a well ventilated area because it can get a bit smelly. Oh, here's my foot, can you see it? Yeah. So now I'm basically just going to go, this is gross, isn't it? Ugh. So this is using like a cheapie. This is essentially the cheapest kind of silicone that we can use. There are some products out there which are like, I mean there's thousands of different kinds of silicone. Most of them are quite expensive. There's some good products out there that you could try. In particular, there's one called Pinky Seal, which you can get in Australia and New Zealand. I don't know if you can get it in the States. But essentially it's got this 2-part, it's like a putty. It's called a putty. And you basically mix these 2 bits together. What's on the bottom there? And then you mix it together like plasticine. And then it slowly, you put it where you want, and then it slowly sets. So this would probably be perfect for something like that. That would be perfect for something like this. I haven't tried it, but if some of you guys want to put a bit more money into it, it'll be good. Alright, you can see my foot. It's basically covered in this sort of buttery silicone paste. Put it down there. Get it out of the way. Okay, now I'm just going to put it on. That's the best way to do this. It's going to be a bit messy either way. So it's just jamming in. There we go. Get rid of the extra. And you. And I'll put it all the way on. There we go. And don't get any of this on your skin. I only put the Glad wrap on mostly the front part of my foot. Let's learn from this because I forgot that it was going to squish out everywhere. So it's a good idea to sort of put it all the way around. It's not going to touch my skin anyway, it's not going to get through the sock, but still, just in case. So now I've got this on my foot. I'm just gonna assume my swimming position kind of thing. And now I'm just gonna grab you. And hold you up here. Where are we? Can you see? Yeah. Basically give it a bit of a squish just to make sure that you don't have a whole lot of silicone trapped in the end that's under pressure, because you don't want it tight. You don't want it tight on your foot. You just want it to take up space, but you don't want it compressing your foot. So give it a good squish, just to make sure there's not too much in there. So if there's a whole lot at the end, you're just kind of squishing it up further up the foot. Okay, now we're going to wait and come back. Maybe the next video show you the next step once it's set. So I'm just going to sit here for 20 minutes.